I have sinned, he said, for I have betrayed innocent blood. What is that to us? They replied, that's your responsibility. Greetings to you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Today's verse for our daily meditation is taken from Matthew chapter 27, verse 4. I have sinned, he said, for I have betrayed innocent blood. What is that to us? They replied, that's your responsibility. This verse that I just read, we're very familiar with what happened. Judas betrayed Jesus with a kiss, had him arrested, and Jesus was crucified. This verse, it happens when Judas realizes what he has done and now wants to take back what he has done. So he goes to the chief priest and gives the 30 pieces of silver back and wants to undo what he has done. Now, if you look at what happened that night, sure, Judas betrayed Jesus. But all the events of the night also show us that none of the other disciples were loyal to Jesus that night. Jesus wanted them to stay awake and pray, and they went to sleep. They ran away when Jesus was arrested. They were always interested in saving themselves. Let's take Peter, for example. Peter denied Jesus 3 times that night. And if you take a step back and look at what Judas did and what Peter did, it wasn't that different. Both of them betrayed Jesus in some way. Why? Because they violated the love that Jesus had for his disciples. But why did their lives end up so differently? If you read on this chapter furthermore, we'll understand that Judas actually killed himself. He had the most shameful and lonely death. Peter, on the other hand, changed his life into a blessing, as we all know. What is the difference between the two? Both of these were disciples of Jesus Christ. Both of these had listened to Jesus' teachings, had been exposed to Jesus' love firsthand. So the difference is not how they sinned, but their reaction to the sin itself. For example, when you think about Peter felt deep regret. He went out and he cried because he had sinned. Judas, on the other hand, felt deep guilt and he tried to undo what he had done because he thought that this is it. This is how his life is going to be, bearing this guilt of innocent blood on his hands. Now, guilt will always result in self-destruction because we don't see a future after we feel guilty. Regret, on the other hand, takes the responsibility of the sin that we know we have sinned and then has a tendency to look forward on how we can move forward from here. That's why when you see in the verse that I just read, what is that to us? They replied, the chief priest replied, that's your responsibility. They put the responsibility on Judas, and Judas couldn't take this responsibility, and his only option was to kill himself. He was not able to bear the magnitude of guilt. So what we can learn from here is that it's not just about the fact that whether we are sinning or not, because irrespective of how much we try, we always sin in word, in thought, or in action. But our reaction to it should be that of a regret and an optimism towards the future so that we can undo what we have done and improve ourselves rather than bearing the weight of the guilt around and be self-destructive. Thank you very much.